Geeks with beards, geeks with beards. Look who's here, geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. We got beards, so listen clear. Geeks with beards, geeks with beards. Look who's here, geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. I'm in your ear, so listen clear. No one else doing it like us. Also, we just might cuss, just cause. No, we ain't playing, and we're just saying, and we're making a podcast. It's cool.
I can't really be a lawyer and a criminal, can I? I want to win, but do I want to win like this? I'm of two minds here.
So it's a coin flip.
Hello, everybody. This is a special 3-episode event of the Geeks with Beards podcast. We're going to be covering the Batman, The Long Halloween, as requested by one of our listeners, Christopher Siege. And this is one of your hosts, Dan the Penguin, and my co-host, Sean Two-Face. How's it going, Sean?
I don't know which side to answer with.
Don't know. Ooh, you got to flip that coin, man.
How's it going, Dan?
Not too bad, not too bad. Tell you what, man, this crazy weather we've had. Last Friday, we had some remnants of Hurricane Helene come through East Tennessee, and not as bad as a lot of people got it, but we got a little rough up through here. How about you, man?
Yeah, same. I mean, we're not prepared for hurricanes up here.
No, and I think we lucked out.
We're down here.
Yeah,
where you're from.
Yeah, we lucked out. I feel like, I was without power for about 48 hours, and I know you without power for a couple of days too. So
Yeah. Some of our neighboring cities, they're flooded, and then Asheville. Everybody knows about Asheville.
It's crazy.
Secluded.
It's crazy. So, as of this recording, when this comes out, hopefully it'll be a little bit better. But if you can help these people out, donations or whatever you can do. So other than that, man, what's been going on since the last episode?
Well, we've been touring, but I did manage to squeeze in 2 comic books.
Hell yeah.
On top of what we're doing today.
Hell yeah. I seen that big pile you had posted on Discord.
Oh, boy. Let me tell you. I probably got at least 300 comics there to read.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's falling all the way back to like COVID times, isn't it?
Yeah, there's COVID comics in there for sure.
Hell yeah.
But this week I read I caught up on my Phoenix comic. It's actually been really good. Like I dropped it because I didn't think I'd like it.
Right.
And then I read both these issues. I'm like, well, this is interesting because it starts out with the perspective of a little girl.
Okay.
And as you're going through the story, I guess I don't know when Jean came back. She's back again.
They never stay dead.
Yeah. She's a Phoenix. That's what she does.
Yeah, they do rise.
So she's out being Green Lantern right now, like protecting the galaxy.
Got you.
She comes across this planet and the sun's about to explode. So she's like, well, I'll just absorb it. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's what she does. Okay, she does that. And then that brings in one of Thor's villains, which I'm not familiar with. I think it's Pericus or... Yeah.
I was going to say, man, I don't know on that one.
I'm definitely not familiar with this guy. Well, he comes in and then you see the little girl that's been narrating the whole time and her dad beside her. Well, he just stabs the dad. Yeah, kills him.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
strikes him down. So the little girl starts blaming the Phoenix for somehow allowing him to show up to this planet.
Okay.
So that's getting really interesting. And then as Phoenix is going around doing her thing, she's still talking to Scott back and forth, and they're kind of like, supporting each other, whatever. Well, in walks Scott's dad, Corsair.
Oh, Corsair, yeah.
And I guess he just got out of the shower. He just walks in naked, like with towels on.
I mean, when you got Corsair's body,
Well,
go for it.
that's
I
the
mean,
thing. He's like a space Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he walks in, and she's like, could you put some clothes on? And Scott overhears this. He's like, my dad's there, and he's naked. And she's like, Scott, I'll call you back. I got to take care of this.
I'll call you back, yeah.
It was funny.
That's funny, dude.
It's actually been pretty good, and it's got a female writer. I didn't know that till after I finished it.
Oh, sweet. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Her name's Stephanie Phillips.
Stephanie Phillips, okay.
I'm not familiar with her,
Heck
but
yeah, man.
The art's pretty good. So.
It seems like there's, and I don't know this, I'm just guessing, there's probably a decent amount of female writers out there now. Percentage-wise, it's probably a little bit higher than it used to be to guys writing it, I'm assuming. So
I have no idea because I'm just now getting back into
Well,
comics.
you're right.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, man?
Let's see. Haven't been watching anything. Don't got no cable right now. But reading. I caught up on my reading. I've been reading. I read new issue of Transformers, Void Rivals, Scarlet, which is also written by a female writer. And unfortunately, I forget her name off the top of my head. It's been great. It's got 4 issues in. I got 1 issue left. And then the Gotcha Man comics. Probably the best out of those was the Transformers.
Okay.
Yeah, because in that one, it's finishing up kind of the story of where Shockwave is bringing Cybertron to Earth because he's stealing energy from Earth to take it back to Cybertron. That they've done it in the cartoon. They've done it in other comics before. And so Optimus is stopping that, and it's like he has this moment in his head where he's choking Shockwave, and then like kind of has a flash in his mind, and he crushes Shockwave's head. And what it is I believe because he's had Megatron's arm attached to him. I think somehow there's an influence coming from Megatron's arm getting into Optimus, maybe because once he happens, he's like, what did I just do? What happened to me? You know, it's like he kind of didn't black out, but it's like he just wasn't in control of himself or whatever. And so anyway, so he gets rid of Shockwave. You think he does. And by the end of the issue, Elita 1 tells him, he's like, you need to stay on Cybertron. You need to be here. Don't abandon your people anymore. And Optimus raises his Megatron arm with a fusion cannon on it at the Energon supplies. And he tells Elita 1, he's like, I'm sorry. And boom, he blows the Energon reserves that Shockwave took from Earth. And she looks at him. She's like, you've made your decision. And it kind of pretty much how the issue ends with him jumping back through a portal to go back to Earth. He's going into the atmosphere. He's on fire. Beachcomber rescues him, and pretty much kind of how it ends. So now I guess there's going to be turmoil between him and Elita 1 now because she feels like he abandoned Cybertron to come to Earth, and then now he's done it again, right in her face. He's betrayed her and all of Cybertron. So it's a great book.
That's a dick move, especially for Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, forget about your home planet.
It's kind of in a way it kind of came off. It's like he's more concerned with Earth, which granted that's where most of the Decepticons are.
Mm-hmm.
But Elita basically told him, it's like, yeah, but what about the Autobots that are fighting the war here? It's like, we need that energy. And he just kind of, boom.
It's like, I like this side chick. I'm going to go with her.
Yeah, and so he cut, and when he defeated the Decepticons on the Earth, he cut off the link, the space bridge link to Cybertron. So now Cybertron went back home. It went back to its galaxy. So he cut it off. So now Lita's stuck back on Cybertron now, and then he's back on Earth now. So
he's an asshole.
it's a great, it's a great comic book. If anybody hasn't read it, it's a really great comic. So that's been about it for me. Just been reading some stuff. So
There's only room for one homicidal maniac in this town.
Cool.
all right, we'll jump into it. It is written by Jeph Loeb with art by Tim Sale, and this art is amazing.
I agree.
I've never read this before. We did it for the podcast, and gosh, dude, it's amazing.
Yeah, if you're a fan of like the 90s animated series, I think that probably is best close to this.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. This was 1996.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, I can see that. And this is probably the biggest, because I don't read a lot of Batman, the biggest I've seen Batman drawn. And what I've read, besides The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, because he was kind of big in that one too.
He was thick in that.
He was thick, but like this one's got the long horns on the cowl and all, and everything like that. So,
Which I'm a fan of, because they do that in Arkham Asylum, the video games too.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And he's definitely an intimidating and foreboding Batman. And the way Tim Sale draws it, in my opinion, this might be just my eyes, physically, he draws Batman and Bruce differently.
Yeah.
To me. Bruce looks more smaller, demure kind of guy. But then when he's Batman, he's that big, hulking looking dude with the rippling muscles coming through the costume and everything,
Very intimidating.
Definitely intimidating for sure.
All right.
So yeah, chapter 1 titled Crime. Basically we're at a wedding. Falcone's having a wedding, and Bruce is there, and Bruce is looking out at the wedding. He's in the Falcone's office, and he's like, I'm only here out of respect because, there's a connection between your family and mine. And Falcone's like, that's all right. That's cool. I appreciate you being here. Bruce is actually surprised at the wedding because the wedding is being held for his nephew, Johnny Vito, which basically Bruce is kind of having an inner monologue. He's like, surprises me he's doing this. It was just not too long ago, he'd been sticking a knife in his gut because Johnny was going to turn state's evidence against Falcone. But now all of a sudden, he's holding a wedding for Johnny, And basically we find out the reason that Bruce is there is because Falcone wants to kind of use Bruce's say-so to get his money laundered through the Gotham City Bank.
Yeah.
Because Bruce is like one of the head guys on the board of directors, I guess, or something.
Yeah, he's on the board.
On the board like that.
Yeah.
And Bruce is like, no. He's like, no. He's like, I'm not. You're not going to have my vote. And Carmine's like, well, technically, I really don't need your vote. There's enough people going to back me. He's like, just out of
respect,
courtesy and respect, I asked, if you would. He's like, I don't really need you to say yeah. And Bruce's like, okay. He's like, that's fine. He's like, I'll find a way to stop you, though. He's like, you're not getting your dirty money into my bank. And so Bruce leaves his office, and he runs into Selena Kyle. Now, I like the way Sale drew Selena.
Yeah, she looks awesome.
It took me a minute to get used to her Catwoman suit, because again, at this time, I wasn't reading Batman. I'm more
her
used to the
purple
other
suit.
one. Yeah, it took me a minute to get used to it, because the one purple suit that I remember, she actually had her long black hair flowing out of it.
Yeah.
This one is all full hood.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I grew into it. Yeah, for sure. I loved it. Yeah. So they're talking for a little bit. Celine's trying to, she's trying to make her little moves on Bruce a little bit, And Bruce's like, I don't know, Celine. And
I'm tired.
I'm kind of tired. And we cut back to Carmine's office, and he's watching. Of course, he's got security cameras.
Yeah.
He's a mob boss. You're going to have security cameras everywhere. His son tells him, or one of his sons tells him, he's like, hey, Dad, look at this. Look at some footage, and you see Harvey. He's down in the parking garage. He's snooping around, trying to see if he can get some dirt on Carmine like that.
And Harvey's the DA at this point. This is like...
Yeah, he's already the DA at this point.
And we should explain, this takes place, it's pretty much like year 2.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a sequel to year 1.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, if this is his second year as Batman, he got his shit together.
He's doing all right.
He got his stuff together. So Carmine's like, he's like, I'm not surprised Harvey's here. So he sends a couple of goons down to the parking garage, and they just whack Harvey in the back of the head, knock him out, leave him laying. And Bruce and Selena find him, and they help him get up. And he kind of opens his eyes up, and he's looking up. He's like, I don't need your help. And Selena's like, okay, that's fine, sure. He's like, we're just trying to help you out here. We found you laying face first on the ground down here. So they don't really. They conversate for a minute or two, and then Harvey just kind of walks away, it's kind of giving him that cold shoulder situation. Yeah. And then that's when Selena looks at Bruce, and she's like, huh? And Bruce's like, oh, I'm tired, Selena. It's been a long night. I'm going home. And, and...
Because that's what you do when you're a billionaire.
That's what you do when you're a billionaire, man. You got to play it off, because you know what's going to happen. He's going, he's got some business to take care of, so he ain't got time for Selena. So then, Harvey, he ends up getting away and going back to the police station, go see Gordon. Now, it says Captain Gordon, so he's not the commissioner at this time.
Right.
Okay, that flew me off for a minute. I'm like, wait, did I read that right?
Because it's still early in his career.
Okay, so it's like, okay, he's Captain Gordon.
Yeah, and this is before Barbara was born, because his wife is named Barbara too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna mention something later about that. Yeah, and so Dent shows up at Gordon's office, and Gordon's like, you look a little rough. He's like, what happened to you? He's like, I was at Carmine's nephew's wedding, and had a little run in with some of his thugs or whatever. And Dent's like, Gordon's like, not really healthy for you to keep being around there, man. He's
I don't recommend this.
Yeah, it's like, I don't recommend you hanging around there so much, man. So, and Gordon tells him, he's like, look, we're going to get Carmine. He's like, I've got a buddy that'll help us. And Harvey's like, oh, you do? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, He's like, hey, who? And he's like, Batman. He's like, Batman's going to help us, And so we have, now we got Bruce's left, but now Batman has showed back up. He returns to Carmine's home because he knows there's a safe in the wall. And he's want to check out this safe because he's thinking, there's some important shit in this safe more than likely. There's some criminating stuff going on in here. And wouldn't you know it, here's Catwoman.
Yeah.
Basically the same idea. She's already kind of broke into the safe, you know.
For a different reason.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, he's like, what are you doing here? You know, and she's like, what are you doing here? You know, and she's already, I think she's already kind of grabbed something out of it anyway. Didn't really show it. I don't remember exactly, but I think she's already grabbed something out of it.
I think that's a safe bet, the way she was acting.
Before Batman got out of there.
Yeah.
And of course, Carmine's guys show up and they just start shooting the place up. Batman drops a smoke bomb. Him and Catwoman, they escape and they kind of have a conversation a little bit, you know, and Carmine comes in there and he's like, you know what? He's like, I'm tired of this. $1 million bounty on both of their heads. The first one to take them out, $1 million.
That's pretty steep.
I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more money coming from Carmine Falcone.
Well, this is 1996, so
Still, you know.
that's like Titanic money
That's
at that
true
point.
too, yeah. So Batman, you know, he finally chases Catwoman down. He's questioning, like, why were you there? What was your purpose? And so they conversate a little bit. She didn't really say a whole lot, you know. She's like, just trust me, you know. She's like, I might have some information for you. And then of course he sees the bat signal, so he you know, he's off.
See ya.
Yeah, he's off. And he gets to the GCPD, and Gordon and Dan are up there with the bat signal, and they start talking about Carmine and, you know, what they're going to do to take him down. And he's like, you know, we can only bend Carmine. We can follow the law. He's like, I don't want you to break him.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh, you can bend the rules.
Yeah.
But you can't break the rules.
Yeah, no. That's what Gordon's telling him. He's like, I'll let you bend it. He's like, I'll turn the eye to it a little bit, but like, you cannot break the law. You cannot break the rules. Batman, of course he does his disappearing act. He leaves, you know, but he leaves behind a ledger that he got from Catwoman.
Is that what was in the safe?
Yeah, that's what she took from the safe. Yeah. And in that ledger, it's full of names and dollar amounts. So payoffs is what I'm guessing it was for. It was payoffs.
Makes sense.
Basically, you know, Gordon and Dan are looking down. They're like, huh. It's like, okay, cool. Then the next day, Bruce is going to the Gotham City Bank. And he's like, look, I am not allowing you to bring Falcone's money in here. And they're like, well, why not, Bruce? That's a lot of money. It'd do good business for us. Bruce is like, no, that's dirty money. It's Carmine Falcone, one of the two biggest mobsters of Gotham City. No. As long as I'm on this board, no, you ain't doing it. And so he walks, you know, he walks out, and the bank president, he's like, oh, come on, Bruce. He's like, no, I'll find a way to stop this. One way or the other, it's not happening. And then, you know, later that night, he goes to the bank president's house as Batman just to reinforce the no. And he gets to the house, and Bruce has an inner monologue, and he's like, for a bank president, he's got a really nice house. This is a little bit above the pay grade for a bank president. And basically Batman he scares the bank president. He tells him, like, look, no Falcone money will be in the Gotham City Bank. You better not show up. Next day, the newspaper pops up, or I think it's newspaper television pops up. Bank president resigns.
Yeah. He's like, I'm done.
He resigns from being, you know, the president like that. And then we see a panel after that. He's out with his wife walking around, the bank president, that is. And he's killed by a drive-by. One of Falcone's people. I guess Falcone's like, you know what? The hell with you. If you ain't gonna put my money in your bank, I'm not gonna. There's no mean paying you money no more. You know, you're not the bank president, so you don't have any use. You know, I don't have any use for you anymore.
Your standard hit from your local mobster.
Yeah, it's like he's a loose end now.
Yeah,
you know, he's not benefiting Carmine. So yeah, he gets shot down, and then we see John Vitti taking him a nice little bath.
I love the names.
Next thing you know, you see this gun and this hand coming through. Looks like, I guess, coming through the door. And you get two shots. Boom, boom. John Vitti's been killed. Yep. Somebody double tapped him.
Yep.
And they leave the gun, the two shell casings, and a nipple from a baby bottle that was used as a silencer.
Interesting.
Okay, you use that one time, that nipple's destroyed. I don't see how it's going to silence two shots.
All right, listeners, if you can figure out how this actually works, send it in.
I'm not saying try it, but
no, don't actually try it.
I'm curious.
Use Google.
Yeah, use Google. Yeah.
But because that's I've not heard of that or seen that before. And it's cool when they show the gun It's like in a black and white kind of sequence.
It is. Yeah, every time in these first 4 issues, I think every time somebody's killed,
Yeah.
black and white.
Yeah.
I think it goes to black and white. Like, except for I think the blood is colored red, I
Right.
believe. You find out that Catwoman had also told Batman where Carmine was storing his money, because at this time, no bank is going to touch Carmine's money. They're telling Carmine, they're like, since Gotham City Bank didn't take us, none of the banks want to touch us right now.
She goes, doesn't she like meet up with him? It's like, hey, I got a tip for you. Or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, she does. After she does tell him
I wasn't
that.
sure if that was that issue or not,
But he, basically they're telling Carmine's like, look, we don't got nowhere to put her money. So they're storing it like in a warehouse.
yeah.
So Catwoman tells him.
Stacks. It's like that scene in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Joker and stuff, man.
Yeah.
And it's like just stacks and stacks, basically mountains of money. Gotta be $1 billion or more probably in that place, man.
At least, yeah.
And Batman and Harvey are there. Light that shit up. Burn. And I didn't expect this from Batman. I could see Harvey doing this.
It was Harvey's idea, and then Batman. What
But was it Harvey's idea?
I thought it
It
was.
might have been. Yeah, it might have been. But either way, Batman watched it burn, and I'm like,
Yeah, he didn't stop it.
no, he didn't stop it. I'm like, could have donated that money.
Well, no, he said he didn't want any part of it because didn't Harvey say we could keep this or do something?
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
Batman had made Harvey had made an off-color comment about anybody else, all this money,
Yeah.
and Batman's like, no.
We're not anybody else.
Yeah, he's like, no, Harvey, we can't do that. So I guess burning it was the better alternative, I guess,
Makes sense.
Yeah, so they burn.
That was funny though.
So after that, you see Dent going home. Oh, I forgot to say, this is taking place, I think, at Halloween, right? Or right before Halloween?
The party took place in June, and then at this point, yeah,
That's right.
We're
I
at
forgot the
Halloween
time
now.
skipping, yeah.
Yeah.
So after all that happens with Batman and Dent, we see Harvey, he's heading home, and he gets home, and there's a package waiting for him. And he opens the package, and the next panel you see is his house is exploding.
Yeah.
Just boom, his house explodes. So, of course, I'm assuming, and I'm guessing it's true, Carmine put a hit out on Harvey just as well as Batman and Catwoman.
That's what it looks like at this point.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he was going around snooping, and all of a sudden his house is blown up.
Yeah, because I mean he's been working on the Falcone case for a while, trying to bring him down. He's just trying to find any kind of dirt he can find on Falcone. Of course, Falcone, he's going to keep himself as clean as he can, as mobsters do. So at the end of the first chapter, we're thinking, oh shit, Harvey's dead.
Yeah.
Harvey and his wife are dead. We thinking.
I've read this before, and I still thought he was dead. I was like, either he's dead or this is where he transforms to Two-Face.
Yeah, I did too, and because I've never read this before, and I was not expecting possibly Harvey getting took out in the first issue.
Yeah.
Because it's a 13-issue book. I'm like, okay, later. No, they teased this shit early in the first issue, man.
Issue 1.
Damn right. So now we get into chapter 2, titled Thanksgiving. This is a good one. I like this one.
Yeah.
A guy by the name of Mickey the Mink Sullivan was behind Harvey's house getting exploded. And he runs a little small group of gangster guys called the Irish. And it consists of, I think it's his older brother, I believe, and just some other people they know, other acquaintances they know. And Batman and Gordon, they're interrogating them, and they're like, Harvey Dent's dead. And we know you had something to do with it.
They're like, we found the serial number on the nail that was in. Is that a real thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
When I go home, I'm going to find me a box of nails, and I'm going to look and see if there's a damn serial number on the nail.
That just seems so out of place. I'm like, is that really a real thing?
I know Batman's like, yeah, that serial number, it led to a hardware store next to your neighborhood. We know you were there.
It's like, and that's one thing I do love about this comic is an actual detective story.
Dude, yeah. Straight out the first chapter, this is the detective Batman.
Yes.
This is not going, he will have gadgets, I'm guessing, pop up here and there, but this is going to be your detective Batman for sure. And it's already blowing my mind 4 issues into it.
Yeah, that was my favorite part about it.
Oh, for sure, man.
But yeah, he's doing real detective work here.
Yeah, and again, with the nail thing, I'm like, I guess it'll survive explosion. Sure. I mean, okay. And that's nasty. A nail bomb? I mean, that shrapnel is going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, nails or whatever else he put in there. But and Gordon looking at him, because again, this is Thanksgiving. Gordon's looking at him, he's like, I don't want to be here on Thanksgiving. I'd rather be home eating dinner with my wife. And Mickey looks at him, he's like, well, boyo, he's like, but basically he's like, tighten that belt up. You're going to be here for a while.
You're stuck with me, buddy.
And so we have a flashback showing Batman captured Mickey. Mickey's like looking out his apartment window, and basically he's like, I wonder how long it's going to take you to find me. And he starts running out of his apartment building like that, and Batman's chasing him down. And Mickey gets down in the sewers, and so Batman chases him down in the sewers. And who do he runs into?
Solomon Grundy.
Born on a Monday.
Oh,
I was not expecting that.
That's
We
great.
get a big villain second issue, man.
yeah.
And he's and look, Solomon's just chilling, and basically it's like they just woke him up. I think's what it was.
They
He just-
invaded his house.
yeah, they just woke him up, And so Batman's having a scuffle with Solomon for a few minutes. He's having to fight him, Didn't want to, but unfortunately, they kind of either woke him up or just accidentally ran into him in the sewer, because that's where Solomon lives. So they had a fight with him. Of course, Batman takes him out. He punches him up in the nose or something like that.
Yeah.
And Solomon's just like walks away, and he keeps repeating himself, born on a Monday, born on a Monday. And he just walks away, So, and then we get back to the police headquarters, and Mickey looks at him. He's like, we all know what Dent did. He's like, we all know. And you're like, oh, are you saying Harvey is the holiday killer? Is that what you're trying to say, Mickey?
That's what he's insinuating.
Basically saying that Harvey's the one that killed John Vitti. And Batman looks at Gordon. He's like, no. He's like, Harvey didn't do this. He's like, I believe in Harvey Dent. He's like, there's no way Harvey would stoop to murder. He's like, it's just not in his, basically it's not in his DNA, that he would do anything like that. He's like, don't even think it. Because Gordon kind of humors the idea for a second, I believe.
Yeah.
And Batman's like, get that idea out of your head right now.
He's like, no.
No. He's like, Harvey's not capable of that.
Like, I believe in Harvey.
And I'm like, oh shit. This is some Batman Dark Knight going on here, because he says the same thing in that movie. He's like, I believe in Harvey Dent.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he did, yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. All right, man. Like, we got a little bit of honor in the going out with this book here. Because, of course, they start interrogating all the gang members. They've all got their story planned out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did it. Sure did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll write it down for you if you want us to. They've all got that little alibi going. Everybody's got that agreeable story going, Because nobody is going to say Carmine did it.
Right.
That's what Gordon and Batman
They're
want.
protecting him.
Yeah. They want Mickey and his gang to say Carmine hired us.
Yeah.
They won't do it. They won't do it. And Batman's basically like, they're not afraid of you, and they're not afraid of me. They're afraid of somebody else. And Gordon's like, well, who? He's like, Falcone. That's who they're more afraid of Falcone than they are of you and me. And I'm sitting there thinking, that probably punched Batman in the gut just a little bit, because he uses fear.
Yeah.
But knowing that Falcone holds more fear over these guys than Batman does, Bruce is probably like, damn it. So yeah, they all explain, they all admit to it. But you find out that during one panel, they're taking Mickey back down to the holding cell where all the other gang members are. The lights go out real quick. Lights come back on. And you don't know what happens until the end of it. And you find out that they took the real Mickey, switched him out with a fake Mickey. And then you find out that the fake Mickey was Harvey wearing a mask.
What?
Yeah, Harvey's
He's
not
alive.
dead. Yeah, Harvey's alive. He's not dead. And it was a whole plan to try to see if they could get them to implicate Falcone. Of course, it didn't work. So Harvey's like, they're not going to say it. We know Falcone did it, but they're not going to implicate him, though. They're going to take the fall for it.
So I wonder if he knew about the bomb.
Who, Harvey?
Yeah, because his wife picked it up.
Yeah, and she did suffer mild injuries, because she's in the hospital.
Yeah.
She did suffer some mild injuries, but apparently Harvey didn't suffer any injuries.
No.
Maybe it was almost like in the Batman movie that, like, how Alfred threw the box away in the movie. Maybe he tossed it. Maybe that way he didn't get hurt, but she suffered minor injuries. Maybe.
I've not seen that one. It's okay. I'll forget it. But
Damn it.
yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he knew it was. He might have known it was a bomb. Honestly, he possibly did. You got to think of if you're a DA and you're going after one of the top 2 mob bosses in the city, you have to watch your mail. You have to watch everything at all times.
This was before homes had surveillance and stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, well, granted, Falcone had surveillance, but he could afford it. Harvey probably couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So.
Harvey's just a DA.
Probably a poorly paid one probably at that.
Probably.
So, basically Harvey's like, look, they're going to make bail probably in an hour. It's, we're not going to get anything else out of them. Sure enough, in less than an hour, they make bail. And we know Falcone paid their bail more than likely. Harvey goes to the hospital to check on his wife. And, like I said, she's got some superficial wounds, but nothing life-threatening. She's okay. Gordon goes home. Unfortunately, he gets home late. So his dinner's just sitting on the table getting cold. Barbara's done went to bed. She's mad, I'm sure. And then this is a cool little scene I thought was really cool. The last panel in the comic you see is, not the last panel, close to the last panel. You see Batman going into the sewer, and he's leaving Grundy a big platter of Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's one of my favorite panels in the whole book.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, damn it, Batman. you good-hearted son of a gun, you.
It tugs on your heartstrings.
It does. I mean, and it's a big platter.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got turkey and all the fixings for Grundy, Alfred's probably like, sir, where are you going with your dinner? Don't worry about it, Alfred. I'll get drive-through.
Yeah.
So we end this chapter with Mickey and his Irish gang. They're all celebrating Thanksgiving dinner. They're drinking. They're laughing. They're hooting and hollering. They're like, oh, yeah, woo, Falcone's awesome. We got by with it. You see the gun creeping in. Boom, 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 boom. Shoots, I think it was like 5 or 6 members of the gang. Every one of them are dead. And it looks like every one of them got shot in the head. And they're all just, again, it's all black and white except for the blood on the table. They're all leaning over the table or leaning back in their chairs.
Yeah.
And, of course, again, guns left, shell casings are left, nipples left. That's the calling card of the holiday killer, as they're being called at this point, or will be called at this point. Not knowing if it's a man or woman yet. We have no clue.
Because they've just struck on holidays
So far. Last time it was Halloween. This time it's Thanksgiving. So far, at this point, what are you thinking? Are you thinking man, woman, or...
Honestly, I didn't have an opinion on the sex of them. I was still putting in the connection that it was just Falcone's people tied to him.
Yeah, it's only Falcone's people that's getting killed. And there was a panel, and I forgot to mention this earlier. There is a panel in the first chapter that leads you to think that it's Harvey, because you see somebody filing off the serial numbers of the gun and having like the baby bottle nipple next to him. Then the next panel, like a next page over, you see Harvey down in his basement.
Yeah.
It makes you think Harvey is. Again, I have no clue. I've never read this. I have no clue.
Well, lucky for you, I have a shit memory.
So you don't remember either.
I'm learning it with you as well.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
So as of right now, 2 chapters in, they want you to think it might be Harvey. Maybe.
Yeah. They're really leaning into that.
They're definitely, as of right now, they're leaning into it. So we're going to jump into chapter 3. And this one is your favorite holiday, man. Christmas.
I hate fucking Christmas. I'm sorry, listeners, but I hate Christmas.
And who do we open up with on this chapter? Well, if it ain't our own holly jolly Joker.
The Joker.
And oh my God, the way Sale draws him.
Looks awesome, doesn't it?
Those long, crooked, jagged teeth, yellow teeth, and that long face that he draws. Oh my God. This Joker's creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this Joker. This Joker is creepy.
It's like the anime series one, but on like steroids.
Definitely. For sure. Yeah. So yeah, we open up and Joker, he's sitting in his house reading a newspaper, and he's reading about the killings. And this is the first time that we see that they've given the killer a name. Holiday Killer. And so, and then you find out that Joker's not in his own home. He has broke into this family's home on Christmas, and basically he's pulled a Grinch. He's stolen all of their gifts. He's stolen their Christmas tree, and he's got them tied up. Doesn't kill them, thank goodness. Surprised me, but he didn't kill them. Kind of pats him on the head, and he's singing some carols. Just walks out the house, and you see the door was bashed in with a big old axe. I'm like, nobody in this neighborhood saw this shit. And I'm like, broad daylight, So this is funny. He just breaks in, he just pulls a Grinch, Then we see Batman and Gordon. They're going to Arkham Asylum. They're going there to see Calendar Man. And I wondered when this guy was going to pop up, because he's all about the dates and the holidays.
Yeah, you would think it would be him automatically.
Yeah. And I got some little bit of Hannibal Lecter vibes out of this a little bit, because he's behind like that clear glass or plastics cage, that he's in. And they're walking through there, and Gordon's telling Batman, he's like, yeah, Joker just attacked the family. Batman's like, I know. He's like, how the hell do you know? He's like, it ain't got out yet. Batman's just like, yeah, I know. I know he's out there. Gordon kind of implies that Arkham Asylum is a little fuller than it used to be before Batman showed up. And Batman doesn't say it, but I think he has a little bit of a dialogue panel. He's like, I know what Gordon's saying.
Yeah.
Gordon's insinuating that I brought more criminals to Gotham City. He's like, Gordon's a good man. He can think what he wants, but he's wrong.
I don't know.
He's like, I'm not going to, basically Batman's like, I'm not stopping. I'm not going to stop. And that is the age-old question that I think everybody's always asked about the Batman comics. It's like, would Gotham be in the state that it's in if Batman hadn't showed up? Yes, there's always going to be crime, but would we've had these eccentric villains pop up without Batman being there? Did he draw them out?
Maybe not like people like Calendar Man, but definitely people like Joker, I would say yes.
Yeah, definitely people like Joker, because
Joker's obsessed with him.
Yeah, and I mean, in various iterations of the comic book, he kind of was the cause of Joker, kind of created him, and if you different origin versions of the Joker.
Depends where you go.
Yeah, Batman's involved somehow. But so, yeah, Batman just kind of giving Gordon that side eye. Like, bitch. He's like, don't be blaming me, So they go and talk to Calendar Man. And, of course, like I said, it kind of gives me some Hannibal Lecter vibes. He's in his cage, just that clear glass or plastic, instead of bars.
And you see dates just torn, like, off of a calendar, just torn and
all over the floor.
Filled the cell,
just everywhere, yeah. And so they talk to Calendar Man. And they're like, hey, Gordon basically looks at him. He's like, hey, we might be able to get a little something for you, maybe a little off your sentence, some time off your sentence, or some perks or something, if you help us out. And basically it's like, we thought we'd come to you because, you're so obsessed with dates. You're so obsessed with stuff. We figured you would be able to help us out. Basically, Calendar Man's talking to him, and he suggests it could be a woman could be the killer. And, and Batman's like, wait, it's a woman? Calendar Man's like, could be.
Could be.
could be a man. I don't know. So basically, Calendar Man don't give him nothing.
No.
He just basically tells Gordon, he's like, yeah, February comes around, President's Day, and Gordon's like, whoa, wait. Like, we'll catch this guy before February. We're going to get him before the end of the year. And Calendar Man kind of just looks at him, So it's like, it was a cool little scene, but you don't get any information.
Yeah.
You get more questions, because now you're like, well, wait, could be a woman.
Yeah.
In Gotham City, of course it could be. It could be anybody in Gotham City,
And that makes it a good detective story, too.
For sure.
Just making you ask more questions.
Definitely. And then we see this. Oh, God, I just love the Joker in this. Joker, he goes to Maroni's restaurant. And if you don't know who Maroni is, he's I guess, I don't say one or two. I guess we'll say number 2. He's the number 2 mob boss in Gotham City under Falcone. Yeah. And so he's at his own restaurant. He's enjoying him some dinner, talking to one of his guys. And then he looks at one of his guys and starts laughing at him. And of course, we know what's happened. Joker has killed him with some Joker toxin. Either put it in his food or put it in his drink or something. Yeah. So the henchman falls over dead in his plate. Here comes Joker. He's talking to Maroni. He thinks Maroni's the holiday killer. And Maroni's like, why would I be the holiday killer? Joker's like, well, it's only Falcone's people getting killed. Your people ain't getting touched. And Maroni's like, look, I understand your logic.
For once, it actually makes sense.
He's like, I understand what you're saying, but it's bad business. He's like, why would I be going after Falcone's people? Because then that's going to have them coming after me and we're going to have a gang war. He's like, it's bad business. He's like, that doesn't make any sense. And so Joker's like, okay, I'll believe you for now.
Yeah.
He's like, but he's like, we need to figure out who this guy is. He's like, so he leaves. We see Maroney's guys taking out the dead guy. Like they're just going to throw him in the trunk of a car and dump him in the ocean, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In Gotham Harbor, I guess. Batman pops up and he's like, what the hell is going on? And Maroney's like, that crazy Joker just showed up thinking I'm the holiday killer. He's like, why was Joker here for? And, Maroni just told him, Batman's kind of looks off. He's like, he's like, damn it, Joker's involved now. And he's wanting to know, what kind of connection does Joker have to the holiday killer? Nothing really. He's not really connected. Not that we know of, no. But Batman doesn't know that. Yeah. Batman's like, son of a bitch. He's like, I got to deal with the holiday killer. Now I got to deal with the Joker. Yep. He's like, damn. And so Harvey has picked his wife up from the hospital, and he's got him a new house. Because, of course, the other one went to hell. It blew up.
Well, true.
And this is a pretty nice house.
It's very nice.
Yeah, and Harvey's wife...
He cashed in the insurance claim.
Oh, yeah, probably. His wife looks at him, and she's like, can we afford this? No, that's why I work the long hours. We really can't, So they go inside, and Harvey, he's got it fully decorated. Yeah. Christmas tree, all that stuff. Because, again, she's been in the hospital for no telling how long. She's been in the hospital.
Because of his dumbass.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's dangerous, man, being married to a DA. Mm-hmm. And so they get in the house. He tells his wife, he's like, hey, go relax, go upstairs, lay down for a little while, And he said, I'll be up in a little while, check on you. And wouldn't you know it, Joker's inside the house. Him and Harvey have a scuffle. Harvey tries to take a shot at him. He misses him, so Joker just kicks him right in the nuts, man. Takes Harvey down. Harvey looks at him, and Joker looks at Harvey and automatically thinks, you're the holiday killer, aren't you? Harvey's like, what the hell? He's like, Falcone's men are the only ones getting killed, and you are after Falcone. So, this makes sense. And Harvey's like, I'm not the killer. And he looks at him and he's like, all right. He's like, you better not be. He's like, this city ain't big enough for two homicidal maniacs. He's like, if you're not the killer, Maroni's not the killer, I'm going to find out who the killer is.
So basically, Joker is just saying he wants to get rid of the guy because he's competition.
He's jealous. Joker is jealous.
Okay.
Because he's getting his attention. He's getting his news time. He's getting his TV time. Nobody's talking about the Joker.
Give me back my Batman time.
He broke into this family's house and is not even making news. I mean, Batman knew, of course, and Gordon knew because they investigated it, but it's like it's not even making news.
It's true.
The only thing making news is Holiday's making news. And Joker's like, hell no. I'm the number one crazy guy in this Gotham City. It ain't going to be nobody else but me.
Yep.
So then we see Joker goes and visits Falcone. How he got in, I don't know. Joker he's sneakier than Batman is. He's popping up in everybody's house. And he pops up on Falcone, wakes him up out of a dead sleep. He tells Falcone, he's like, you either figure out who Holiday is, or I'm going to kill everybody in Gotham City. And Falcone just looks at him and he's like, what, huh? Because he just got woke up out of a sleep. He's like, well, huh? What? And Joker just kind of hovering over top of him, just looking at him. It's that maniacal face. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'll just kill everybody in the city till you find him. And I'm like, you're laying that on Falcone's lap. Granted, I get it. Falcone's people's the only one being killed, So Joker leaves, and Falcone's number one bodyguard, Milo, he's like, he's going to get ready to take a shot at the Joker. Joker kind of just slings his playing cards at him, I don't think they're the razor blade ones, though, because it doesn't look like it cuts him.
No, it just looks like regular.
Basically just a diversion to get away from him. Mm-hmm. And Joker leaves, and Milo is getting ready to go back into the building. Here you go. Here comes that hand with that gun again. Boom. Boom. Milo's dead. Number one bodyguard of Falcone killed right at Falcone's hotel. I believe it's his hotel, I believe. And of course, again, guns left, shell casings left, baby bottle nipples left. You know, that's the calling card. They just, he leaves it. And Batman shows up and is like, number one bodyguard killed, another one of Falcone's people. And at this time, you're like, why? Why is it just Falcone's people? Which, again, is going to lead the reader into thinking, okay, it has to be Harvey because he's got that vendetta against Falcone. But again, you got Maroni, but Maroni done said, nah, it's bad business. I ain't doing it. Mm-hmm. So at this point, we're 3 chapters in, and I'm just like, I'm eating this up, man. Like, this is just an amazing Batman story.
Yeah.
I'm eating this up.
It's awesome.
It's great. And so we get to our final chapter for this episode, chapter 4, New Year's Eve. We're racking in the new year here, man. And we're continuing it with Joker. He's got his little flight gear on. He's got his big goggles on. And I'll be damned if he ain't stole a crop dusting plane. And, of course, he's killed the pilot. He's killed everybody at the airfield, And you don't know what he's doing just yet. You're not for sure exactly what he's doing. But you find out that he's got the crop dusting plane because he has filled it with Joker gas or Joker toxin. And what's he going to do with it? Well, of course, every New Year's, big cities are going to have these big get-togethers to ring in the new year.
Yep.
So he knows a huge herd of Gotham City people are going to be in Gotham Square. So, hey, let's just dump that gas on everybody. He's like, Holiday got to be there somewhere. I want to kill him one way or another.
I'll just kill everybody and we'll start
I'm just going to kill everybody. We'll just take it, make it safe. We'll just take it, Of course, Batman shows up. He initially misses Joker, but he grapples to the plane. Him and Joker are fighting her for a little while. We cut to Harvey. I forget to mention this. So he finds out that Harvey finds out there's a connection between Bruce and Falcone, and he's telling Gordon, he's like, we need to have a conversation about this. And I'm like, ooh. Is there some dirt? Because, like in some later stuff of Batman, we find out that his dad was a little shady. His dad was a little dirty. His dad wasn't the saint that you were led to believe in some earlier iterations of Batman. So, Harvey looks at Gordon. He's like, we need to talk about some shit. I found out some stuff. So Falcone's having a New Year's party on his yacht. And, of course, he's got Maroni there. Why not? Keep your enemies closer. He insinuates Maroni's connected to Holiday. And Maroni's like, no. And he's like, why would you think that? He's like, because only my people are dying, damn it. Nobody's touching your people. Only my people are dying. My nephew died. My bodyguard died. Didn't necessarily say this, but, of course, his little gangster guys that he hired, to kill Harvey, they died. So, he's automatically thinking that Maroni's like, no. He's like, no, it's not me. I ain't got anything to do with it. And Falcone looks at Maroni. He's like, basically says to himself, he's like, enjoy this party. It might be your last, And Falcone's son, Alberto, he's outside on the deck of the yacht. Falcone's like, hey, you see my son? Talking to his sister. He said, you see my son? And she's like, yeah, I think he's outside on the deck, just chilling or whatever. And Falcone's like, hey, bring him to me. I want to talk to him for a minute. And before you can get to Alberto, boom. Holiday is somehow, son of a gun, he's on the yacht. Or they're on the yacht. Don't know if it's he or she yet. They're on the yacht. And it doesn't show it, but Falcone's sister looks over and there's blood in the water. So I'm assuming Alberto fell overboard.
Yeah.
You never see his body. So I'm assuming he fell overboard. Okay.
Because it shows the panel where his mom was running down the ship. Yeah.
I missed that. Okay. Because I seen the blood in the water and I didn't see Alberto on the deck. So I'm assuming he fell over. Yeah. And so we cut back to Batman fighting Joker on the plane. It's fun. It's such a fun scene. Little biplane they're fighting on, like one of them old school things. Of course, Batman's got that big flowing like Spawn cape in this comic book, man. It's awesome. Gets caught in the propeller blades. Almost takes his head off. So Batman basically kind of has to rip his cape off at the cowl so he doesn't get pulled into the rudder blades and gets killed.
So yeah, Batman has a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, he has a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, and there's a lot of cutting from different characters in this issue, which is really cool. And we cut back to Harvey's home, And Gordon and his wife has showed up because they're going to celebrate the New Year together.
Yeah.
Gordon and Barbara with Harvey and his wife. And they're talking a little bit. And we find out that apparently Harvey and his wife have been trying for a child, but then kind of stopped because Barbara's like, hey, new home, you going to try again? And Harvey's wife's like, I don't know.
If I'm not getting blown up or...
Yeah, and then this is when Harvey, and he's standing in front of a refrigerator. And I love these lines. He looks at Gordon, he's looking in the refrigerator. Gordon comes in, asks him if he's okay, and Harvey looks at the refrigerator and he's like, have you ever just stood in front of an open refrigerator full of food, not knowing what you want, but it's staring at you right in the face? And Gordon's like, well, what are you talking about? It's like, what's going on? And that's when Harvey looks over at him. He's like, we need to talk about Bruce Wayne. We need to have a deep, deep discussion about Bruce Wayne. And Gordon looks at him. He's like, about what? Then it cuts back to Batman and Joker fighting. So we don't have that conversation just yet. I'm assuming we'll get to it there. So they're fighting again on the plane, and Joker's like, look, you don't know who Holiday is. I don't know who Holiday is. So I'm just going to kill everybody in Gotham Square. I'm bound to get him. He's like,
these are like cockroaches. We're just going to,
Yeah, he's like, I'm bound to get him. And Joker looks at Batman. And he's like, I got one question for you. Because Joker knows he's losing. Batman's done punched him a couple of times. Joker looks at him. He's like, I got one question for you. He's like, right when the clock strikes 12, am I going to get a kiss? Batman punches him in the face, and Joker's like, I guess that's a no. And so Batman takes Joker, grapples him out of the plane, and we see the plane crash into, I guess, Gotham Harbor.
Yeah.
Into the ocean. So Batman stops Joker from killing everybody in Gotham Square. We see Batman and Joker setting up on a building ledge. And Batman's thinking to himself that basically the promise that he made to his dead parents that he's going to protect the city. And he hopes that this new year will be that year that, he can fulfill that promise that he made to him, that he can protect the city from whoever this is that's doing all this killing.
He's kind of alluded to that in a couple more issues. That's his whole thing. He's like, I made a promise to my parents and I'm going to uphold it.
Yeah, and he's hoping that this year will be that year that he can uphold that promise, because as of right now, it's at a standstill. He has no idea who Holiday is. Just like Joker said, you ain't got a damn clue who it is. So why not just let me kill everybody, and I'm sure I'll get them.
I don't think that's quite Batman's MO. But,
no, that's not quite Batman's MO. So that ends our first of 3 episodes covering Batman the Long Halloween. We're going to do it. This episode was 4 issues. Our next episode will be 4 issues. And then our last episode will be 5 issues.
Yeah.
Because it's 13. Rereading this, man, what'd you think?
Love it. It feels like the first time because, like I said, it's probably been years because I picked this up after I played the first Arkham game.
Okay.
And I was like, because they said if you like Arkham, you'd like this.
Yeah,
I'm
for
like,
sure.
And that sent me down a rabbit hole of Batman stuff.
Right, yeah.
Like no other.
Yeah. As far as the games goes, I love the games.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, one of my favorite things about the game is like a little side thing.
Mm-hmm.
Counterman's in, I think it's either Asylum or City. I think it's City.
I think it's City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually go visit him on actual dates.
Yeah.
And he gives you a different thing every time, and then after you do them all, he disappears.
I think I did that. I'm not a big side quest guy on those games, but I think I did that one, I believe.
I thought that was like one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
It tells you something different every day.
Yeah. Those games are amazing.
Yeah, I love
those games. I know I finished the main story modes. I don't think I finished all of this. I never did the Riddler trophies. I'm like, just no.
See, I'm a sucker when it comes to those. Like, if a game has something like Riddler trophies, I'm going to do every one of them.
I think, was it Arkham Knight that you did the Penguin missions?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did all of those. And I think I got the final ending. I think I did actually all of the side stuff in Arkham Knight because I wanted to get that ultimate ending that you see for the game. Because if you don't do all the side quests, you get one ending.
Wait, is Arkham Knight the one with the Batmobile?
No.
Or is it the prequel one?
No. Arkham Knight's the last one.
Okay, yeah, it's the the
Batmobile got to do the
yeah.
mines in the city and
So
stuff.
it had
yeah.
both. It had the penguin stuff and it had the Riddler trophies.
Yeah. Oh, it had several. It had several things. You had rescue, I think like firefighters and stuff.
Yeah.
Shut down penguins, warehouses.
Yeah.
There's several things. Yeah. Do those mines with the Batmobile. There were several things. Yeah. I think that one's the only game that I actually did all the side quests because I wanted that ultimate
Well, you had
ending.
to get the real ending.
To get the real ending.
Yeah.
You still got an ending, but you didn't get the real ending
Yeah.
unless you did all the side quests. Yeah. I think City's still kind of my favorite game though. In a
Mine
way,
too.
because it opened the map up a lot, and of course you got Hugo Strange is in that game. So yeah, I think City is probably my favorite out of all of the three main ones. Of course, the prequel game is okay.
It's okay.
Arkham Origins.
Yeah.
It was done by a different company, kind of a filler game. Didn't Ezio's voice actor play?
Yes,
He played Batman and Bruce Wayne in that
It's
game.
you auditory, the friends, yeah.
Assassin's Creed.
Which I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan too.
Yeah, I'm not as big as you are, but I did go back and I played. A lot of the games.
Yeah.
I don't remember all of them. I played a lot of the games. I think Black Flag's my favorite.
Oh, it's the best.
People kind of hate on because the sailing. I love the sailing.
No, those people were morons because that is legit the best Assassin's Creed. I love 2, don't get me wrong.
I cheat coded the shit and got my ship up to date really quickly.
How'd you cheat code it?
I don't remember. Oh, there was something. What was it? You could buy treasure chests, or there was something you could do. I don't remember what there was. There was something I remember. I bought it on X. I had it on Xbox, and I thought there was something that I got.
Was it like an add-on?
It might have been an add-on.
yeah.
There was something that I did.
Time saver thing. That's
Maybe.
what it was, yeah.
I'm lazy. I'm like, I don't want to do all this. I'm like, come on, boost me up, boost me up, boost me up. I still did not ever beat those 4 ships. I never did that.
They're a bitch, but I did it.
My brother did it. I never did. I went to 1, and I mean, I'm fully armed up. I mean, my ship is as high as it'll go.
Well, you have to do like the cat and mouse. Welcome to game reviews.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much the Arkham games got me into this.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I love it. Like I said, listener, this is my first time reading it, so I'm 4 issues in. I love it. We'll be reading issues 5, 6, 7, and 8 for our next episode, and I can't wait to see what happens in those 4 issues. That's for sure.
All right, and we'll go through the prices and where you can pick this up at the end of all 3 of
Yeah,
them.
for sure. Yeah.
A killer who only works on holidays. There's lots of crazy out there.
There wasn't a listener question this week, but I do have a follow-up to last week's question from Vampiro.
Oh yeah, the movie one. Yeah.
Movie one.
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. I loved it up until Paul Walker died, and I even liked the one right after,
Yeah.
but it just kept going. It's like it just keeps getting less and less.
I stopped at 5. So
Really?
I never watched his last movie. I stopped at 5.
It was good.
I heard it was really good.
Yeah. I think that's when they introduced The Rock, if it wasn't before that.
Might have been. I don't remember if 5 had The Rock in it or not.
Yeah.
And I lied to you. I did watch Hobbs and Shaw, the spin-off movie or whatever, which I enjoyed that movie. That was pretty good.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's got it's when the Rock's character goes back home to the island to his family, and Roman Reigns is there. I think it was Roman Reigns' first acting role, even though he didn't really say anything.
I think I skipped it because Roman Reigns was in it.
No, he didn't say anything. I don't think. But it's a pretty good movie. But yeah, I agree with you. That franchise just went way too long.
That's my number 1, and then number 2 is probably Star Wars. Those last 3 movies didn't need to happen.
But yeah.
Yeah. The first one wasn't so bad. Force Awakens.
Yeah.
If they would have kept going that direction, maybe it'd been all right. But
Yeah.
once Ryan Johnson came in,
Yeah, Force Awakens is what they would call a requel, kind of, I guess. I mean, it's a New Hope for a new generation.
which is fine.
It's fine.
Whatever.
Yeah. And which now some of the TV shows they've kind of picked up, or not picked up, but they've made it better than what those movies did, because I think the movies hurt the franchise, but
They did.
some of the TV shows have helped pick
yeah.
it back up.
Mandalorian.
For sure. Yeah.
Boba Fett was great.
Yeah. I heard Ahsoka was really good.
Yeah. Especially if you're a Clone Wars fan, Ahsoka's good.
Yeah. Oh, real quick on that one, you can cut this out if you want to. Real quick on that one, I seen something about because you've seen all of Ahsoka, right? I think.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a scene where she's fighting Anakin, and then she tells Anakin, she's like, it's like, I don't want to fight you, and they're like, Anakin's like, yeah, I've heard that before. And then it cut to a scene back from, I think it's Empire Strikes Back, I believe, or it might have been Return of the Jedi, when Luke says that to Vader.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I was like, they connected
Dude,
it.
That scene gave me so many goosebumps because it shows they have a young Ahsoka during that scene.
Yeah.
And she freaking killed it. She was awesome.
Hell yeah.
It shows her kind of going through this journey, and then it shows Anakin showing up. And you get the Anakin as Vader at one point.
Oh,
So he's like hunting her down,
hell yeah.
and then like flipping back. You just need to watch that whole scene.
I may get into
Because
it.
it connects to, they have this place where everything convenes in the Force. And they showed it in the Clone Wars cartoons way back when.
God, I hadn't watched that in forever.
One of the best cartoons ever.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so it's cool to get a payback from that far long ago. And then Anakin shows up in that payback.
Yeah. It's cool that they actually did that. That they didn't just shun that to the side and make their own thing. That they actually connected past history to the show like that. So.
And even, did you watch the Obi-Wan show?
Mm-mm.
It has Anakin as Vader in that too. I did have a question for us. Is there ever a point in a comic where you just get fed up with it and just close it and just be done with it?
No, I don't think I've ever had that moment happen in a comic book I've read. No, not that I can think of. I don't think I ever have. I don't think I've ever just said, fuck, and close it. No, I don't think I've ever have. No. Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Okay.
It might be where I buy so many.
Oh.
Well,
you're just like, nope, crap.
Well,
Crap.
I started to in this one because I read like the first like 6 pages. I'm like, I'm just not interested in this. And then I canceled it. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to finish it because we'll talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really like this.
Hell yeah. Oh, wait. No, I'm lying to you. Deadpool versus Gambit or Deadpool and Gambit? It was like a 4 or 5 issue miniseries I did several years ago. I did do that with that book.
Okay, I do know what you're talking about now.
I stopped. Yeah. I think I got 2 issues in. I did say no, I'm done.
All right.
So I apologize. That is that one. That's the only time I can remember, y'all.
All right.
I read 2 issues. I'm like, nope.
I figured that would be an interesting question.
I'm like, nope.
And sometimes you just get tired of them.
You do. There's sometimes you get burned out, and I don't think it's the same. It's not really an answer to your question, but it kind of happened with Transformers with IDW toward the tail end. I just kind of got because they rebooted it for like the 3rd time or whatever.
Yeah.
And I quit collecting. I'm just like so. But yeah, definitely the Deadpool Gambit for sure. I read 2 issues. I'm like, nope, not good.
Yeah,
So.
I understand. I do that with some writers too. Like they change writers on a book.
I don't know if I've ever done it because of the writing. Yeah, probably. It had to have been the writing for the Gambit thing. Yeah, for sure. I'm a picky person with artists sometimes. Not as bad as I used to be. You know how I used to be with some of them artists back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
I was real bad. I was a Karen on some artists back in the day. But I'm not like that anymore.
Leave
Really.
my Jay Lees alone.
It's because he's not the superior Lee. It's Jim Lee.
Shit.
All right, I think that's all we got. If you want to send, we need some questions.
Please.
So if you want to send those to geekswithbeardspod@gmail.com, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, hit us up on our Instagram, our Facebook page as well. You can post comments or questions on there, or our Discord. You can post questions or comments on there.
Yeah, we're on Discord. Come join us.
Oh, dude, Discord, hell yeah, man, it's fun on there. Talk about all kinds of stuff, games and movies and TV, comics, anything you can think about.
And if you want to recommend a comic like Mr. Siege here did,
Yep.
send it through the email, all the other stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And if we'll do our best to get to these requests. We just thought this was a great one because, hey, it's the holiday season. This covers several holidays. So we thought, hell yeah, why not do this one?
Yep. These episodes may come out a little bit later because I'm going to New Orleans. So
Vacation.
yeah.
Vacation.
Hey.
Hell yeah, man. I hope you have a great one.
What do you call when you lift me up? Indirection. Oh yeah. All right. So we skipped out on it last time. So since we ain't got any questions, we'll talk about Beetlejuice.
Yeah, we'll do a little quick spoiler review of Beetlejuice. It's been enough time, I think. Off the bat, I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Yeah, I really like that movie a lot. Of course, I'm a big fan of the original film from 1988. I think it was a great legacy sequel, as they call them. A little fat with the plots, I think. It had a little extra meat on it that I don't think it needed.
They probably could have cut his ex-wife out.
No. No.
You don't think so?
No. She should have been in it more because I feel like the trailers hyped her up. What
Maybe
was it?
that's why.
Dolores, I think was her name.
Yeah.
I believe. This is my personal opinion. I feel like Lydia's boyfriend should have been cut out of the film. He served no purpose.
Yeah, he did it. He brought her to her dad.
Okay. After that, cut him out of the film.
I agree with that.
I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the ghost kid, or excuse me, the ghost boy that tricks Lydia's daughter into going to the underworld. I'd like to have seen that a little bit more, but honestly, if you took that part out too, it wouldn't have hurt the film, in my opinion, because you could have replaced him tricking her to go to the underworld with Dolores kidnapping her or tricking her somehow to get her there. And you could have got her more into the movie because she was after Beetlejuice. She was coming back to get revenge on Beetlejuice for killing her all those hundreds of years ago. So that's my only complaint is not enough Dolores, too much other characters, in my opinion.
Oh, you're talking about, you said Lydia's boyfriend, the guy she was going to marry.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking the other.
Yeah,
ghost
cut him
boy.
completely out of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't need to be in there.
And I forgot the actor's name. If he's funny in other stuff, that's great. In this movie, I could not stand him.
Well, he's supposed to come off as an asshole in this movie.
Yeah, because he just wanted her for her money.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't seen the film, basically between the first film and this film, Lydia, because she can see ghosts. Of course, she saw the Maitlands in the first movie.
Yeah.
So she's kind of got the ability to see undead. Ghosts and stuff, and she even tells Delia, she's like, yeah, I sold out, because she's got like a ghost TV show that she does to go help people find these ghosts in their homes, I guess get them out. And her boyfriend, you find out that she went to this kind of new age emotional retreat or something like that or whatever, and he's there, and basically the only reason he went there to try to prey upon these emotional weakened women and to find out, find the rich ones, and he found Lydia. And you find out by the end of the movie that he's only with her to get her to marry him for her money. He didn't really give a damn about her.
No, he didn't.
So yeah, his annoying is purposeful because that's his character, but cut him out.
I've been all right with that.
Movie's fine. Cut him out. Focus more on Beetlejuice's ex-wife and focus a little bit more on the ghost guy, the ghost boy that killed his mom and dad.
Yeah.
You didn't know that till a little bit later on, who tricks Lydia's daughter into going to the underworld.
Yeah, that was a good story. I like the whole Lydia and her daughter dynamic. I thought they did pretty good with that.
It was, and this is the first time I ever seen Jenna Ortega. I know she's in Wednesday, but I've never watched Wednesday.
I haven't either.
Overall, I thought her acting was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good. I liked her acting a lot. And I think, Winona Ryder did great again as Lydia. I forgot the actress's name that plays Delia. Of course, she's over the top. She's that eccentric artist like she was in the first film, just a little bit more eccentric now. Of course, Michael Keaton knocks it out of the park as Beetlejuice.
And and they also had to write around that dude.
Jeffrey Jones.
Which, you know who they should have got to replace him? The guy from Spinal Tap. He's in like a bunch of things.
Yeah, he was Saturday Night Live and stuff like that.
He was in Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Played Saul's brother.
Is it Michael McKean?
Maybe.
Yes, because he's married to the mom from Smallville.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's why he was in Smallville.
Okay.
And he was, she was also in Superman
3
as Lana.
Yeah, she played Lana.
So, they're married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have been great for that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't know, Jeffrey Jones went through some legal stuff years ago. We're not going to talk about that, but he basically got him blacklisted from Hollywood. So the plot of the film basically is his character, Charles, Lydia's dad, has died. And you get a cool little stop motion, claymation kind of thing that shows what happened. He was on a plane ride. He's a bird watcher. He was on a plane ride. He went somewhere to do some bird watching. The plane crashes into the ocean and he gets eaten by a shark. Well, bitten in half by a shark, basically. And so they get back together. They go back to the home from the first film that they had bought from the Maitlands, and having his funeral and everything. And I'm actually surprised they actually had his picture. They actually had an image of him on the shark fin shaped gravestone. I figured they would not have had any kind of pictures of him whatsoever. And there's actually a picture of the actor. Yeah. So that surprised me. But you got more of him in the movie than I thought you did, even though it was somebody in a suit with the head bitten off. But he was in the movie more than I thought he would. He actually played a decent part in the movie. You know, he's like, where am I?
He's like when he talked, the blood just splattered out of
yeah. And then, of course, bless Delia's heart, she's trying to have a seance with some poisonous snakes that she was told was devenomized, and they bite her and she dies. So
that was kind of sad.
It was sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a good movie.
I did too.
It can have a third one if they choose to, I suppose.
I hope so.
It'd be nice. It'd be a good thing, you know, because, you know, Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
so
that'd be perfect.
See where it goes from there, you know. And of course, you probably won't see Alec Baldwin or Gina Davis because they're ghosts. They don't age, so they'd have to do the whole de-aging thing or whatever, in which they did a little loophole in this movie. They're just like, oh, the Maitlands found a loophole so they could leave the home and go on to heaven or whatever, you know. That way they could write them out of the movie and not have to pay Alec Baldwin or Gina Davis money, I guess.
Yep.
You know. So yeah. So overall, that was a good movie. I enjoyed it. My plans for our next episode is to be able to talk about Transformers 1. I'm going to try either today or tomorrow, as of this recording, to go watch it finally. And if I do get watched, I will post it on our socials. And I will definitely talk about it on our next episode. And I hope it's good. It looks good. I hope it's good.
If you can get past the voices, I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of complaints about Chris Hemsworth's Orion Pax / Optimus Prime, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. So until next time, everybody, this has been Dan the Penguin and Sean the Two-Face. And we will catch you next time when we'll be covering Batman the Long Halloween issues 5, 6, 7, and 8. And remember, if you're in a dark alley and you hear something creep up behind you, it's probably Batman. Goodbye, everybody.
Geeks with beards. Geeks with beards. Look who's here. Geeks with beards. No need to fear. We're right here. We got beards. So listen clear. Geeks with beards. Geeks with beards. Look who's here, Geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. I'm in your ear, so listen clear. No one else doing it like us. Also, we just might cuss, just cuz. No, we ain't playing, and we're just saying, and we're making a podcast. It's cool.
I'm one of your hosts, Dan, a.k.a. The Penguin, and my co-host, Sean, a.k.a. Two-Face. How's it going, Sean?
You're calling me Two-Face? What the fuck, dude?